Hey everyone, in this video we are going to combine Python and Arduino to read our sensor data. The sensor here specifically is a joystick sensor, which is basically two potentiometers connected providing us the analog output. And with the Python we are going to use PySerial package to read our analog output from serial communication. So before we proceed further, let's create our basic circuit using our Arduino and joystick sensor. In our joystick sensor, we have two pin VRX and VRY, which is voltage across X potentiometer and voltage across Y potentiometer. So those pins are this green and blue pin. So we'll give it to Arduino A0 pin and Arduino A1 pin. A1 pin. Okay. So once this is done, we have our ground pin and a 5 voltage pin. So we will give it to our Arduino ground pin and Arduino 5 voltage pin. So ground pin is this yellow wire, giving it to a ground, and the power pin is this purple wire, so adding it here. So our basic circuit is ready, and we are going to power this circuit using Arduino itself, and we are going to write a code which will run in our Arduino. Now that our circuit is done, let's develop our Arduino code. So the very first thing, we will initialize our two pins, which is pin X, that will be our A0 pin, another pin Y, that will be handling our A1 pin. After that we will create two variables, which is read X to read pin X data. We will initialize it to 0. Another variable is our read Y. To read our pin Y. Let's have one more string variable to format it as a string. Let's come to our setup part. So here we will set up our serial communication with the serial.begin function and with a baud rate of 9600. After that we'll set up our loop here. So the very first thing, read X, which will be reading from pin X, which is our A0 pin. So we'll use our analog read function and read pin X. Similar way, we will have read Y variable to be configured with analog read data from pin Y. Let's use our value string variable to properly format our output data. Okay, so this is how we are going to format. So first we will take a read X, we'll do string concatenation here with another data, which is our read Y, and we'll print the data in our serial monitor. Values. Let's compile our code and uploading to our Arduino. So before we upload, we need to provide our port here. So that will be available in tools and the port here, and we'll give this COM3 Arduino Mega or Mega 2560. So once that is given, we will just recompile the code again and then now upload it. So that is done successfully, done compiling. Let's see how our data looks like in our serial monitor. We can see this is how our data is generating. One thing we can see here, the data on the right hand side is fairly constant, whereas the data on the left hand side is continuously fluctuating. This is because we have added a wrong pin to our A0 pin. So let's correct that first. Now that it is corrected, we can see a constant value in both right hand side and left hand side of the data. That means Arduino is reading correct data. If I rotate the joystick, we can see the value changing from 0 to 125 on our right hand side data, and also if I change the joystick in another direction, we can see again 1025 to 0 in our right hand side data as well. Now we will read this data using Python. I have created this python serial reader.py file. Here we will write our entire code. Before we start with our Python code, we first need to install PySerial package that you can install with this command, pip install PySerial. Let's begin with the code now. First we will import our serial package that we have just installed, and then we will create our serial object using serial. So here we will give our COM3. This COM3 is same here, from tools, here port, this COM3. We COM3 here. Here we will specify our baud rate for the serial communication, and here we will give our timeout of 1. After that we will start an while loop. And read our line in the line variable using serial.readLine function. Now first we will check if a line is available, then we will take that line in a string. String here is a variable name. So first we will decode so that the binary data is converted into a Unicode data. As you can see on the left hand side, we have formatted our data using colon as a delimiter. Similar way, we will be fetching our x and y values in the Python using that colon as delimiter. So let's begin. So here x will be our int. We will be splitting using colon as delimiter, and we will be taking the 0th value. That will be our x value. Similar way, we will take our y value, again splitting on the column as delimiter and taking the first value, which is the second value. Let's print those values in our console. X dash or y value, and here y value. Dot format, we will pass our x and y values here. So our code is completed now. Let's save it. First start our Arduino code now. First starting the Arduino code, then we'll be starting our Python code. As you can see, we are getting an error that it is not able to, this COM3 port is not open. So first here we need to stop our serial monitor. Okay, so now the serial monitor is not open because serial monitor was occupying that port first. Now we will run our Python code again. So as you can see, we can see the same data in our Python. Now if I toggle the joystick, we can see the data is changing. As you can see, the y value is going from 0 to 1024. Similarly, x value is also going from 0 to 1024. So this will be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed and surely learned something. If you like this video, make sure you check out my other videos as well. I make similar learning videos around robotics and other related technologies. Thank you.